Marama Davidson.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And so I promise that I will be speaking directly to this part of this bill, which is extending the time to dampen the speculators' available time where they have to pay tax when they sell on a second, third, 20th property. And I want to speak specifically from my own experience as a renter in Manurewa. And this part of the legislation would directly impact on my and others in my community experiences. So I think for about 3 weeks now, we have been in our new house. We were forced to move from our old rental into a new property because the owner of the house gave us notice because they wanted to sell the property. And you know, as anyone can understand, being forced to move on from a rental property when you're not quite ready to is incredibly unsettling. Not so much when you're an MP who has status and income, you know, but hardly anyone has that. So this particular part of the bill is of huge concern to me. And I do want to refer to remarks that have been made by me in the House earlier today about displaying too much emotion, because this government is disconnected and they don't like to be shown up about their lack of emotion. And the reason why I am emotional about ensuring that all New Zealanders have a secure property, which is what dampening the market, as in this part of the bill, would help do, is incredibly important. And part of the connection is because I'm in the middle of that situation. I am living in those communities. I am experiencing it myself, albeit from a privileged position. So, Mr. Chair, I just want to continue to say that we need a government that understands that homes are for living in. And I will, oh, by the way, Minister Brownlee needs to catch up. I've been sanctimonious long before now. So we need a government to understand that homes are for living in. So we will be proudly supporting this bill, even though the Green Party would also like to extend it further where any second, third or 20th property is subject to a capital gains tax. Because we firmly are on the side of New Zealand families and not speculators, which is where this government is standing strong. Oh, they're out there. If there was a hikoi by developers tomorrow up Queen Street, you'd see the national government waving the flag.
Back to this part.
Kia kaha developers, fair enough. Okay, so that's where this government is standing. Now, so some of the objections to this part apparently from the government to extending the Bright Line test is because of economic concern. Have they seen their economy lately? It's not doing so well. So I don't know why they come up with these economic concerns when everything they've done has ruined our economy for people and for our planet. You know, have they actually seen the economy lately? So no, Mr. Chair, I do thank you for allowing me to get up and talk about how important this is. Manurewa and Otara. So even though nationwide investors are buying more than 50% of properties, in particular communities, Mr. Chair, it's higher. It is higher. So when my house was being sold, the realtor sat at my table, looked me in the eyes and said, "No, you should be fine, Marama, you shouldn't have to move." Do you know that over the past few months, over 90% of the properties being sold in Manurewa, Marama, have been to investors? You'll be right, you won't have to move. I swear this is what I was told to my face at my kitchen table as the realtor tried to reassure me and my family that we would not have to move. Over 90% of what he was observing as a real estate agent in Manurewa were being sold to investors because our poorer communities are funding speculators. Who are the bludgers here? Seriously. Our poorer communities are allowing for wealth accumulation of the speculators, the very ones that this national government is standing
Ian Lees
beside.
Galloway.